The Pout-Pout Fish, Far, Far from Home by Deborah Dyson. Pictures by Dan Hanna. Mr. Fish sent off for flyers, and he studied each location. Then he picked the perfect place for his very first vacation.
Amazing sights to see, and only one day's journey there.
So he planned and he prepped, and he packed his bags with care.
I'm a fish who'd like to travel. I'm a fish who'd like to roam, and I'm ready for adventure on my trip away from home.
He started bright and early, feeling fresh and fishy fine, and his trip was going great. Till a flashing orange sign.
May I help?
Asked a ray.
Do you need a local map? There's an easy way around it. You can be there in a snap.
Mr. Fish said,
Thanks.
And he started off anew. The route he maneuvered had a marvelous view.
I'm a fish who loves to travel. I'm a fish who loves to roam, and I'm having an adventure on my trip away from home.
He circled round the roundabout and soon was back on track, and his trip was going great. Till he reached for his snack.
May I help?
Asked an eel.
Do you need a place to eat? There's a briny good diner on the very next street.
Mr. Fish said,
Thanks.
And he quickly found the place. Their flavorful creations put a smile on his face.
I'm a fish who loves to travel. I'm a fish who loves to roam, and I'm having an adventure on my trip away from home.
Refreshed and full of zest, Mr. Fish hit the road, and his trip was going great. Till a bump jarred his load.
May I help?
Asked a crab.
Seems your luggage overflowed. There's a rest stop ahead. We can resecure your load.
Mr. Fish said,
Thanks.
And they handled the repair. His day had been exhausting, but the end was nearly there.
I'm a fish who loves to travel. I'm a fish who loves to roam, and I'm having an adventure on my trip away from home.
He finally reached the lodge, found his room, and got unpacked. And his trip was going great. Till he saw what he had lacked.
Oh, I really thought I brought it.
And his heart beat faster.
I forgot my snoozy snuggly. My vacation's a disaster. I don't like to travel, and I don't like to roam. This is not a great adventure. I just want to go home.
He felt sad and dreary, weary. All his plans were falling through, but he'd come so far. Was there something he could do? He took a deep breath. It soothed his commotion. A thought reached out, all the way across the ocean.
I miss you very much. I don't like that we're apart, but until we're back together, I will hold you in my heart.
Feeling warm and snug with love, Mr. Fish fell asleep. And he woke the next morning with exciting plans to keep. His vacation was fantastic, full of happy and hurrah. What amusing things he tried, what amusing sights he saw. When his trip was finally over, he reflected on his stay, the things that he had learned, and who he'd met along the way.
Not every single part of a trip goes swell, but the detours and the bumps are the trip as well. I'm a fish who loves to travel. I'm a fish who loves to roam, and I had a great adventure. Now it's nice to be back home.
The end.